Good morning, dear students. I am Dharmendra Rawal, your social science teacher. Today we are continuing with chapter number 8 of second part. Dear students, in previous lecture we have discussed about uses of resource as a raw material, as a food and as a resource. We have discussed in previous lecture about the types of resources on the basis of availability. Okay, and also we have discussed that renewable resource and non-renewable resource. Dear students, the first topic of this lecture is soil formation. Dear students, soil formation means formation of soil with the different components of soil particles. So which are the soil particles, how it is formed, and what are the other some components which is included in soil that we have to discuss over here, and different types of soil in this lecture. Dear students, before starting this topic, you can just see diagram of the particles of the soil and what are the different types of soil and how it is formed soil, and their layers is given over here. Dear students, normally soil is divided into 4 layers: A, B, C and D. Okay. So the uppermost part of the soil, which is known as crust, is also known as topsoil. Okay. After topsoil, there is a subsoil layer. Okay. Then parent material, and last one it is given the bedrock. And you all know, dear students, that our earth is divided into 3 parts, means into 3 layers: crust, mantle and core. Core is the most inner part and having liquid lava, which is also known as magma, and normally it is in a liquid form with a student. Here we will start our first topic, soil formation. Generally the meaning of formation is to build. It means the upper surface of the earth is formed with in many elements. The uppermost layer of the earth is very useful for to grow agriculture, vegetation known as soil. Normally we all know that uppermost part of the soil, which is known as crust, is very useful for the some other activities like for growing agriculture, vegetation, okay, and some other things. For the residential also, human beings, for the growing trees, for the residential of animals and others. Okay, this layer is very thin. It is made up of various elements of the earth like humidity, humus, air, and other parts of earth. Means, dear students, the uppermost part of the earth known as crust, and which is in a thin portion, okay, which is normally made up of with humidity, humus, air and some other parts of the earth. It means due to a thin layer, will be found that elements and everything is present in a abundant form. Okay, so this upper part of the soil is very useful for the agriculture activity and some other things. Okay, soil formation took place due to denudation process. Okay, denudation process means it means cutting of solid rocks into powdery form. Denudation means cutting of solid rocks into powdery form because of air, atmosphere, animals, insects, heat, cold, running water, etc. are the responsible for denudation process. Air, atmosphere, animal, insect, heat, cold, running water, etc. means heat, cold, plant, animal, insect, water, everything is responsible for the denudation process of rock. Due to denudation process, rocks convert into powdery form, and that powder is known as soil. In other words, we can say the soil is a mixture of a different natural material like biotic and abiotic form. means dear student, soil is a mixture of biotic and abiotic, naturally non-living things and naturally living things is equal to soil. Biotic plus abiotic is equal to soil. Means amalgamation of biotic and abiotic things is called soil. Soil. Our earth is divided into three layers: crust, mantle and core. The uppermost layer of the earth is called soil, which is contains minerals, biotic, abiotic things and necessary elements for the development of vegetation, agro, plants. Dear students, we all know that earth is divided into three layers: crust, mantle and core. These things we learned in the 5th standard. Okay, but here it is given some other elements also present in the earth, that is biotic, abiotic and some other components which are required for the development and for the growing of plants. So here it is given, dear students, these all elements are very useful for the growth and for the development of plants. Along with that, soil is not same everywhere in our nation. The formation of soil depends on the material which is found in it. Dear students, we all know that same type of soil is not found everywhere in the world as well as in our nation. As per the climatic condition, as per the soil formation, we found different types of soil in our nation as well as in the other part of the world. Mixture of humus, minerals, parental rock, vegetation, biotic and abiotic things will play very vital role for the formation of good fertile soil. Dear students, many more things are responsible for the formation of soil. In that, humus, minerals, parental rock, vegetation, biotic and abiotic things are play very vital role for the formation of good fertile soil. Fertile soil is very important for the production and for the development of any plant or agriculture thing. So, in short, we can say fertile soil requires lots of things, and that is from the humus, minerals, parental rock, and some biotic and abiotic things provided them fertility. All elements play very vital role for the development of vegetation. All elements means humus, minerals, okay, humidity, water, air, everything play a very vital role for the development of vegetation and fertility. Normally, soil is divided on the base of color, climate, parental rock, structure, humus and fertility. Dear students, in this chapter we have to discuss about the 8 types of soil. Okay, and soil is divided on the basis of their color, climatic condition, parental rock formation, structure of soil, means land, humus availability and fertility of soil. Types of soil. As per Indian Council of Agriculture Research, ICAR, Indian Council of Agriculture Research has divided the soil into 8 parts. Okay, so we have to discuss here about the 8 different types of soil. First one is given alluvial soil. It is mostly found in Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand and West. Most of the northern states are consist alluvial soil like Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand and West Bengal. Okay, this soil is spread in 43% of total land of India, mostly covers northern part of India. Means it covers 43% area of our nation. Mostly northern states are consist alluvial soil. The soil is found near the Ganga, Indus, Brahmaputra, Satluj, Mahanadi, Godavari and Kaveri delta of India. Northern part of India completely consists, maximum part of northern area completely consists alluvial soil. Along with that, Indus, Brahmaputra, Satluj river, Mahanadi, Godavari, and their and Kaveri and their delta region having alluvial soil. Okay. Third point. Some important minerals are potash, phosphoric acid, limestone, etc. Some minerals found in less amount they are nitrogen and humus. Okay. Means potash, phosphoric acid, limestone, etc. are found in appropriate amount or proper amount, while some minerals are in less amount. They are nitrogen and humus. Okay. Dear students, we all know nitrogen gas is very useful for the growth of plants. Okay, and humus maintain fertility of soil. But humus is there, but in a less amount. Nitrogen amount can be stabilized due to the production of pulses in the soil. Nitrogen amount we can stabilize, we can maintain due to of the production of pulses. Okay. Main crops grown here are wheat, paddy, sugarcane, jute, cotton, maize, oil, seeds, etc. Okay. Normally we found over here crops are wheat, paddy, sugarcane, jute, cotton, maize, and oil seeds. Dear students, a very common thing that all types of crops grown in all type of soil, but we need proper irrigation facility, proper seeds, and fertilizer as per requirement. So you can grow any type of crop in any type of soil in our nation, but it will affect our production. So normally we found particular crops are grown in the northern part of our India. Second number is given red soil. State like northern Madhya Pradesh, Bundelkhand area, Tamil Nadu, Rajasthan, Udaipur, Chittorgarh, Dungarpur, Banswara, Bhilwara, etc. Western part of Kerala. These are the region and states consist red soil in our nation. The soil is spread into 90% of total land of India. Means 19% of our nation consists red soil. It is red in color due to of ferric oxide, and in some parts it is in yellow color in deep part of sea. Dear students, normally we found red in color due to of ferric oxide. Okay, and when we go deeper and deeper, it changes the color and convert into yellow color. Okay. Third point. Some of the minerals are found in less portion. It is limestone, magnesium, phosphate, nitrogen, and potash. Okay. Limestone, magnesium, phosphate, nitrogen, and potash are found in red soil, but in a less amount. But some of the minerals are not found. That is limestone, gravel, and carbonate. Red soil is less fertile compared to other soil like alluvial and black soil, but some amounts found in a very less amount, that is limestone, magnesium, phosphate, nitrogen, potash, but some of the minerals are completely absent, that is lime, gravel, and carbonate. Main crops grown in this soil are millet, cotton, wheat, jowar, linseed, groundnut, potato, etc. These are the specially particular crops are grown in this soil, that is millet, cotton, wheat, jowar, linseed, masoor dal, groundnut, and potato. Third number is given black soil. Black soil is also known as regular soil because its water content capacity. Okay, black soil is also known as regular soil because of its water content capacity. It covers almost 15% of total land of India. Black soil contains 15% part of our India. The soil has more capacity to contain more moisture for long time. Okay, since black soil has capacity to contain moisture for long time than other soil. States like Gujarat, Baroda, Bharuch, Surat, Narmada, Dang, Tapi, and South Gujarat, Maharashtra, Western Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, etc. These are the some famous states and particular region from our state are famous for the black soil. Okay, black soil is formed due to of lava eruption. In this soil, iron found in more proportion. Along with that, other minerals are found in this soil is lime, calcium, potash, aluminium, and magnesium carbonate. Due to of heat or in summer, they develop fissure, means cracks. Normally, black soil is formed due to of lava eruption from the magma, and iron found in a more proportion, in a more amount in the black soil. While other minerals like limestone, calcium, potash, aluminium, and magnesium carbonate is also found. Okay. At the time of the summer or due to of heat, we found fissure on each. Means it is divided due to of heat into different parts. Crops like cotton, linseed, mustard, groundnut, tobacco, urad are grown wet in this soil. Particular crops require black soil like cotton, linseed, mustard, groundnut, tobacco, urad, and especially these crops are grow well and they give more production in the soil. Black soil is good for the production of sugarcane and groundnut, so it is also known as black soil. Okay. Black soil is good for the production of sugarcane and groundnut. Okay. So it is also known as black soil, and dear students, cotton is also produced in a well amount or in a large amount in black soil. So it is also known as black cotton soil. Okay. Fourth one is given laterite soil. Laterite soil. The word it is derived from the Latin language. It means brick. This soil is also known as Padkhau soil. Okay. Padkhau means layer. Okay. Pad means layer. It is divided into different layers. So it is known as laterite soil. Laterite is derived from the Latin language. It means brick. Laterite soil is in red in color due to of iron oxide. It is very soft when it is wet, but it becomes very hard when it is dry. Okay. Dear students, laterite soil is also in red color because of iron oxide or ferric oxide. Okay. And it is very soft when it is wet, but it becomes hard at the time of the dry. Means this is a specialty of this soil, and it is also good for the agriculture and other things. But some minerals are very less, so due to this reason, it is less fertile compared to other soils. Laterite soil is found in a higher peninsula plateau area of India. In this soil, potash, aluminium, and iron found in a large amount. This soil is less fertile compared to other soils. Cotton, paddy, ragi, sugarcane, tea, coffee, and cashews are grown here in this soil with fertilizer and modern method of agriculture. Dear students, such a type of soil is found in the peninsular plateau of our India, and potash, aluminium, and iron found in a large amount. But this soil is less fertile compared to other soils like black soil, alluvial soil, and red soil. But with the help of fertilizer and modern method of agriculture, we can grow cotton, paddy, ragi, sugarcane, tea, coffee, and cashew. So dear students, you can grow all type of crops in every soil, but you need proper fertilizer amount and you need method of agriculture. Okay. Now fifth one is given desert soil. Dear student, desert soil itself explains the place and meaning. Desert soil mostly found in desert area of our India. This type of soil is found in Gujarat, Kutch, Rajasthan, Punjab, Haryana, and Uttar Pradesh. Okay, desert soil or sandy soil mostly found in Gujarat, northern part Kutch area, Rajasthan, Punjab, Haryana, and Uttar Pradesh. This soil is found in less rainfall area, in arid and semi-arid area, dry or semi-dry area. This sandy and infertile soil. This is sandy and infertile. Means fertility of the soil is very less, very less. With irrigation facility, crops like millet, jowar can be cultivated in this soil. Dear students, with the help of irrigation facility, we can grow and we can maintain our production. Okay, and we can cultivate millet and jowar in desert soil, but having fertilizer facility and some irrigation facility over there. Sixth one is given mountain soil. This type of soil is found in hilly area of mountain of Himalayan and other hilly region of nation. Normally this soil is found at the altitude of about 2700 to 3000 meters. The soil is thin and underdeveloped. Dear students, due to of water flow and some other elements are absent in the soil, these are thin and underdeveloped. It means premature soil. What we call them? Premature soil. The soil is found at Assam, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, Kashmir, Sikkim and other mountainous region of our nation. Assam, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, Kashmir, Sikkim. These are the states where we found mountainous soil and hilly area. Okay. Normally here we found share and pine tree and grass. Okay. On mountain we found share tree and pine tree and small grass over there. Dear students, mountain soil is mostly useful for the for the agriculture of tea and coffee. Okay. Now seventh one is given forest soil. Dear students, forest soil means normally this soil found at the altitude about 3000 to 3100 meters in coniferous forest of Himalaya and Sahyadri, Eastern Ghats and Terai region of Himalaya. Okay. Dear students, normally the height of forest soil is 3000 to 3100 meters in coniferous forest of Himalaya, Sahyadri Ghat, Eastern Ghats and Terai region of Himalaya. Due to a forest, normally the earth is covered by trees, leaves and the upper part of land become black due to of increase in humus. In forest soil we found humus in a large amount while elements and other things in a proper amount. So this soil is fertile and useful for the agriculture activity. It also change the color blue or red color while going down with the land. Means dear students, we found little bit blues and reddish color when we going down and down means deep part of the forest soil. Beside the coffee, spices, tea and crops like wheat, maize, barley, paddy, etc. The soil found in the limited area of our nation. Okay, we can grow coffee, spices and tea in this area or in this soil along with crops like wheat, maize, barley, paddy, etc. grown in forest soil. Last one soil is given marshy and peaty soil. Marshy and peaty soil. This soil is developed due to of accumulation of biotic elements in humid region due to of wetland. Normally we have seen some of the lower land of our nation are submerged into the water and after that we have seen some biotic elements and humid things are added into the soil and as a result the fertility and element amount is increased in soil. At the time of rainy season this land is submerged into the water and afterwards water reduced, this land is used for the paddy, wheat and other crops. In this soil, biotic and humus found in a large amount but deficiency of phosphate and potash in this soil. Dear students, due to of water and for a long time it submerged into the water, biotic and humus are found in a large amount but phosphate and potash are in a less amount. Deficiency of potash and phosphate. The soil found in Odisha, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, central area of Bihar, Uttarakhand. The soil has limited area in our nation. Now, means marshy land is also useful for the agriculture activity, like we can grow paddy, wheat, sugarcane and some other crops. Okay. Now, after discussion of type of soil, we have to discuss about the soil erosion. Okay. Dear student, what is mean by soil erosion? Okay. And which are the responsible activities for the soil erosion that we have to discuss over here. Soil erosion means transportation of soil particles from one place to another place due to of water, wind, animals and other natural forces. Dear students, we have normally seen that soil eroded because of water, wind, animals and some other natural forces. Okay, you can just see in picture, soil is eroded from this area. Normally, we found plain area and due to of steady wind, running water, animal, their grazing activity and some other natural forces are responsible for the soil erosion. You can just see over here. Okay, these are the soil eroded area or portion of land area. Okay, this is. So here we can say some natural forces are responsible for the soil erosion. Means transportation of soil particles from one place to another place due to water, wind, animal and other natural forces is called soil erosion. Soil erosion took place due to natural forces in many years. It is very harmful for the agriculture and fertility of soil. Okay. Due to of soil erosion, we have seen fertility of soil is decreased and it also decrease our production of agriculture. Okay. So how to we prevent soil erosion? Okay. Some points is given over here that we have to discuss. Let us see. First point is given, control animal grazing activity on pasture land. Okay. Grazing activity should be controlled as per the requirement. We have to do grazing activity on land. Okay. Yes, then normally animal is also responsible for the soil erosion. So here animal grazing activity on a pasture land should be controlled. Second, plantation should be carried out in contour method in slopy region. Okay, or in short we can say counter method. In a straight line, we should plant more and more trees in a straight line on slopy region area, on a mountainous region. Third point, plant more trees in fallow land. Means waste area should be planted. Okay, more and more tree over there. We have to plant more trees in the wasteland area. It should be utilized for the plantation of trees and for other work. Construct small check dams where there is stream or spring. Okay, suppose running water is there, it should be stopped with the help of check dams or some other method. Last point, cultivate very deeply in the field to reduce the speed of water. Cultivation, and we have to change our method. And here it is given, cultivate very deeply in the field to reduce the speed of water. Students, we can decrease soil erosion with the help of different irrigation methods by applying forestation, and we have to plant more and more trees on the roadside, on the wasteland, and we have to utilize some other things on the for the tree plantation. Okay. Dear students, in the box there are three types of soil erosion are. Okay. They are sheet erosion, gully erosion, and wind erosion. Okay. So let us see first one, sheet erosion. The thin layers of land removed due to continuous of running water. Due to continuous of running water. Okay. Sheet erosion means maximum area removed or eroded because of running water. Second, gully erosion. A gully erosion is the process by which gullies are formed due to of running water. You can see here, gullies are formed or valley type formation are. So this is called gully erosion. Third one is given wind erosion. The erosion transportation and deposition of topsoil by the wind, especially in dust storms. Due to of steady wind, sometimes particles of soil transport from one place to another place and deposited somewhere else. This is called wind erosion. Okay. After discussion prevention, now we have to discuss about the remedies for the soil conservation. Okay, or the soil conservation. First point, the roots of forest cover hold the soil particles. The roots of forest cover hold the soil particles. It means we have to plant more and more trees on the wasteland. Okay, on the near to running water area and near to some farm or some other places. Okay. Second, plant trees in the river, gorges, narrow part of the water body and on mountain slopes. This is a very simple method for the conservation of soil erosion, that is, we have to plant more and more trees in the river gorges or near the mountain slopes. Third point, we have to plant more trees near the desert area to prevent the increasing area of desert, along with it also decrease speed of air. We have to plant more tree near the desert area. It should be stop increasing desert area, okay, and also decrease speed of air. So, dear students, plant or tree is one of the most important parts for our life, and you all know that trees make our environment beauty and they increase the presence of humidity and air in the atmosphere. Third, flow of water rivers should be controlled and divert into dry region area of nation. Which component is more responsible for soil erosion? Okay, my question is, which component or which activity is responsible for more soil erosion? Simple answer is water. So dear students, the point is given, pool of water rivers should be controlled and divert into the dry region area of nation. Sometimes due to of river floods and running water are responsible for the soil erosion. So we have to divert the path of river into dry region area. So we can utilize the water into dry region area and that dry region convert into greenery part of our nation. Grazing activities should be controlled on pasture land by animals. This point we already discussed previously, and grazing activities also responsible for soil erosion. Method of cultivation like horizontal terrace farming etc. should be implemented. Okay, terrace farming and horizontal terrace farming we have to implement it instead of vertically. Okay, suppose we have to cultivate against the slope. Suppose slope is in a horizontal, then we have to cultivate in a vertically form, or suppose slope is in a vertical form, then we have to cultivate in the horizontal form. So this is the best method to control soil erosion and to apply some modern method of irrigation and agriculture. So we can control soil erosion very easily. Humus, fertilizer and some elements should be added after interval to maintain its fertility. Okay, dear students, this is very necessary that we have to add some fertilizer, some elements, some components into the soil after a fixed interval to maintain their fertility. Dear students, Soil is one of the most important part of our life. Okay, we are starting constructing residential area on soil. We obtain minerals from the soil. We establish our factory on the soil, and also one of the most important activity, that is agriculture activity, we are also doing on the soil. So it is a very important thing and an important part of our life, that we have to conserve soil from the pollution, from the erosion, and from the other parts. Okay, dear students. Dear students, here we will complete our chapter exercise and notes. We will discuss in the live lecture of social science. Thank you. Have a nice day.